Hey everybody, Relay here, and welcome back to another weekly Wednesday update. This is the third one in a row. We're doing excellent. This is this is the most consistency I've had in a very long time. And today I'd just like to go over a few topics that come to mind in terms of gaming, as well as of course the giveaways and the deals that are found in various PC platform stores. So starting off, I'd like to discuss how Hi-Fi Rush has broken into the scene and is making quite the splash. It kind of took us by surprise. I don't believe there was much, if any, warning at all that it was releasing, which is what probably made it such a huge success even. And it is a rhythm-based combat/action style game. In this game, what you can essentially do is you can time your combats to the rhythm of the music that's playing, the rhythm of the beat, and from there you get like a scoring system like you would with Devil May Cry 5 or other arcade fighter games. And the scoring system of course scales as you hit the notes on par, and of course you don't have to, but in order to get the highest score in the game you have to hit it on par with the beat. And so it seems like it has a lot of potential. It is in fact a single player game made by Tango Gameworks and published by Bethesda. And it's very much looking like probably the underdog game of the year, possibly. It's gotten incredible reviews across the board. And as I'm unsure of the length, I can't speak to how long it'll last you. But to be fair, with the scoring system, there's always a pretty high fan base as long as you can hit like higher scores, like with the arcade fighters and stuff. Like Devil May Cry, still to this day, has quite a few players in it. And of course, there's always that replayability when you can do a mission or a section of a location and get a higher score with your battles, which obviously is feasible with this game. It's a score-based rhythm combat game. Which I'm sure has a lot of replayability regardless of overall length of the game. So I think all in all, it's kind of a win for Bethesda and Tango Gameworks in this case. And I look forward to maybe buying the game. And I should mention that not only is it a great game, it's actually quite affordable. Like I believe the base game is around $40 Canadian, just shy of $40, which translates to maybe about 30 or maybe 25-ish USD. And so the game is super affordable, so if you can get it, or if you're strapped for cash, even wait till it's on sale, and you'll be able to get your hands on it. And I'm sure you'll at least enjoy it in some part. Moving on to the next topic, Hogwarts Legacy is less than a single week away from release if you pre-ordered it. And of course, there's still a large group of people who are quite hesitant to pre-order stuff online. I get it. Me digitally, I don't really see the use in doing so oftentimes. But if it gives you early access, the game seems pretty promising. I understand that you don't want to get shafted, but safe to say that I'm actually quite excited for this game as well. I think it has a huge potential to be a great game. In terms of adventure, combat even, and I feel like they'll throw a little bit of everything in there. I'm trying not to spoil it too much for myself, but safe to say that Hogwarts Legacy is around the corner, and I believe it's going to make a huge impact. It could very well be Game of the Year 2023, hopefully anyways. Of course, I haven't got my hands on the game yet, so that's a bold claim, but not only is it riding off of nostalgia for a lot of folks, of course, from the Harry Potter series and the Wizarding World stuff, but overall, it looks like it's got great mechanics, skill trees. You have character customization, which I guess is pretty common nowadays, but still, it's offered there, so it'll be very personable for whoever's playing it. And overall, I think it'll be a great experience, and I think I might just pre-order it myself. It's not often that I do, especially like I said, digitally. Usually, like when you pre-order, and especially in the past with physical copies, you'd actually get something, like a collectible figurine or something like that. But digitally, to just get it for maybe early launch might be worth just getting on it. Moving on to the final game, Redfall by Bethesda and Arcane Studios has released official gameplay footage. A lot of people weren't super hyped about the trailer that came out, but the gameplay footage is actually making me pretty excited for it. So for those of you who don't know, Redfall is like a co-op or single player shooter, which kind of has a narrative of vampires invading a certain town, and these vampires are infesting the town, and it's your job to get rid of them and destroy sub bosses, and then eventually the larger bosses towards the end of the game. So it is story driven. There are also side quests. You can free roam a little bit and clear certain areas of the city, like one by one, and so there are a few other things to do aside from the campaign itself. But it, like I said, is playable up to 4 players co-op, and they each have their own character to choose from. Now, these characters also have a skill tree that you can use to further diversify and upgrade your character and your playstyle. So you can kind of tune that to how you see fit in the game. And to be honest, the art style kind of looks cool too. I should mention that Arcane Studios are the people who brought us Prey and Dishonored. So you know that it's kind of in good hands. I know there weren't many who were a huge fan of Dishonored 2, but I still enjoyed it a little bit. And Dishonored 1 I loved. And Prey I enjoyed quite a bit as well. So safe to say that I am cautiously optimistic and looking forward to the release of Redfall. Real life from the future here. I just wanted to make this interruption right quick just to tell you that I'm deducting points from Redfall because Bethesda has just confirmed that you will need an active internet connection even though you're playing probably single player with this game. They still want you to be constantly connected to the server for whatever reason. And so I'm going to go ahead and deduct some points from Redfall. I'm still looking forward to it, but honestly not as much as I was before, being that you can only play it with an active internet connection. Back we go. Now, as always, towards the end, I try to cover deals and giveaways that the various different stores on the PC platform offer. So on Ubisoft, we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla Collector's Edition on for 63 Canadian, regular 180. We have Assassin's Creed Odyssey Ultimate Edition on for 37.50, regular 150. We have Assassin's Creed Origins on for 18, regular 90. And these deals are ending on the 9th of February. On Steam, we have Red Dead Redemption 2 on 26.39, regular 80. Outer Worlds for 26.39, regular 80. And God of War on for 36, regular 60. And these are all Canadian, of course. Not too much to note on Steam this week. And Epic Games even doesn't have a whole lot going on. The Ubisoft, oddly enough, has the most. But moving on to Epic Games, we have Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, 50% off. We have the Dying Light Lunar Bundle, which is actually quite a good deal. It includes the complete edition of Dying Light 1 and Dying Light 2 for 50% off, which sits in at around 60 Canadian, I believe. And we have the Mafia Trilogy, which is 60% off. Now, moving on to the giveaways. Epic Games Store, as always with every week, is giving away 2 games this week. And they are Dishonored, Death of the Outsider, which, if you're not familiar with it, is like a standalone game, which kind of adds additional content onto Dishonored 2. So check that out for sure. And we have City of Gangsters, which I'm not quite sure about it, but it is a free game, so why not? And that pretty much wraps things up. So take her easy.